They dropped Llama's kit. All right, let's take a look then. Blessing of Moonlight, Moon Sign. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see. One, including 1 to 2, gives you Nascent or Ascending Gleam. So characters' abilities also get buffed or affected when you're in either Nascent or Ascending Gleam. So if you're not a Moon Sign character, they can provide bonus lunar reaction damage for the entire party by using the elemental skills or bursts. Effect lasts for 20 seconds, up to a maximum bonus of 36%. This is a little bit less racist, right? is how I would describe this. It's not just Nod Cry. Non-Nod Cry characters still get some benefit by converting their stat bonuses to lunar reaction damage. Does this stack though? Because I think the amount is pretty high. It's like 4,000 attack to 36% or 60,000 HP or something like that. Can you combine characters and get up to 36%? Is that a thing? So like, for example, if you use an elemental skill on 2 different characters and they both have 2,000 attack each, do you get 18% from both? Which totals to 36%? Because if that's true, that's pretty nice. Guess we'll see then. All right, new reactions, lunar reactions. Exposure to the moon's energy has enabled certain characters to manipulate the power of moonlight. They can convert some of the reactions shown by all characters into specific lunar reactions. Inefa can convert all... Oh yeah, okay. So Inefa is Hydro Electro to Lunar Charge. Lauma is Hydro Dendro to Lunar Bloom. Probably there's going to be more characters. This is expected, okay? This is just describing this stuff. So, Lunar Bloom preserves the original Bloom reaction and grants the party the Verdant Dew resource. So this doesn't remove the blooms, right? This basically just enhances Lauma's ability. But Lunar Bloom, wait a second. So that means the original Bloom has no damage difference? Or it probably still does. But then Lauma's own damage that's enhanced by this is improved. I don't fully understand what types of damage is buffed here, but maybe the original Bloom is buffed. Who knows? Normal Blooms are the same? Okay. So Lunar Bloom effectively doesn't change the original reaction. So it's not a reaction then, right? Like low key? Like the reaction itself does not change. This basically says, do the reaction, get a buff. Buff affects only specific characters, which is kind of weird. Because Lunar Charge is actually a reaction that is different now, because you actually get the bonus. It is affected by your crit, etc., right? But Lunar Bloom, the original reaction remains the exact same. And then specific characters get bonuses. So, chat, can you... I don't know if I... Okay. That's interesting. So, can the original Bloom reaction effects crit? Because we know that C0 Lauma has 15 crit rate and 100% fixed crit damage, right? Can those crit, or is it only her Lunar Bloom damage that can crit? Lauma does not need Nilou, but Nilou now needs Lauma. Yeah, I don't know what the point of these buffs are other than to sell you on using Nodcry characters. That's it. That's literally it. Low-key, this reaction for Lunar Bloom is not even a reaction. This is just a straight-up scam. Like, Lunar Charged, understand. Makes sense. Lunar Bloom is Bloom plus extra damage, which is... Okay, that's this. Now we have more on Llama's kit here. Let's go through this. Character skill showcase, Evermoon's Sacrament Song. Okay, Hydrodendro Res Reduction. There's someone that commented on the second channel video that this is very much like Shenhe, because Shenhe also does have a Res Shred on her ultimate, which makes sense to me. So we have a Hydrodendro Res Reduction to the same scale as Escoffier, which is pretty high. We have a damage boost for all Bloom reactions, and then we have sustained off-field Dendro damage. Bloom crit hit, Bloom reaction damage boost, crit rate boost, Lunar Bloom, Hyper Bloom, Bloom Burgeon. Bloom Pro Max. When Llama's elemental skill is active, it deals sustained damage and applies Dendro to opponents nearby. Okay, pretty nice. Wait, what? When you normal attack, your charge attack changes form. Interesting, okay. Elemental skill is the res reduction and the off-field Dendro, which is really nice. Elemental burst is just Bloom or multiple instances of Bloom reactions and damage boost. And then talent details, multiple enhancement effects and local special. Okay, that's pretty normal stuff. Normal attack. Charge attack, and Llama transforms into a deer. Okay. So this charge attack is probably useless, right? Like, probably useless. I don't think anyone's doing charge attack. She is basically E and then go off field. And then when she's on field and you have the Verdant Dew, if you hold E, you do big damage, I'm pretty sure, right? So elemental skill, this is the off-field thing. Lowers Dendro Hydro by up to 25%, I think, that we saw from early access. Tap deals AoE electro damage. Hold consumes all Verdant Dew to deal 1 instance of AoE damage. And 1 instance... Oh, interesting. So 2 instances of damage. 1 is just the normal thing, and 1 is the Lunar Bloom one. Each Verdant Dew grants 1 stack of Moonsong, which can stack up to 3 times. Okay. What is the purpose of Verdant Dew? Basically nothing other than to scam you about this reaction. Elemental Burst. 18 stacks of Pale Him and provides related enhancements. When Lauma uses her Elemental Burst when possessing Moonsong, or when she gains Moonsong within 15 seconds of using her Elemental Burst, all available Moonsong are consumed and converted to Pale Him. That is... okay. So... sure. Ah, I see. So Pale Him is when nearby characters deal Bloom-related damage, Lauma consumes 1 Pale Him to increase damage out based on her EM. So this is like the Quill damage, right? You get 18 instances of extra damage, which who knows if this is actually meaningful. Probably is decently meaningful. Hold E to gain 3 stacks of Moonsong, which will give more burst buffs. Got it. I see. So you do hold E into Q always to get 3 stacks of our thingy that converted to 18 stacks of the thing. Lauma provides different boosts based on the party's moon sign. The higher her EM, the stronger the boost. It's expected. Depending on the party's moon sign, different enhancements will take effect. If she is the only non-cry character in the team, then Hyper Bloom, Virgin, or Normal Bloom can score crit hits. If you have 2 non-cry characters, then Lunar Bloom damage increases by 10 and 20%. I believe from early access, people said that the crit rate stacks with other uses. So Nahida can be paired, but the crit damage is fixed at 100. Every point of EM that Lauma has will grant her the following effects. Increases elemental skill damage up to a maximum of 30. Okay, so 800 EM gives you 32% elemental skill damage. 20% cooldown of charge. That's pretty useless. Okay. So 800 EM gives you 14% Lunar Bloom base damage increase. Materials and stuff. Okay. So this is interesting. If you have 2 non-cry characters, do you only get the Ascendant? Because, like, I'm looking at the damage numbers, right? Nascent is 1 non-cry character, and the Bloom can still crit. Not Lunar Bloom, but Bloom can still crit with a crit damage of 100%. So you're telling me if I had 2 non-cry characters, I'm losing 80% crit damage on normal Bloom? Is Lunar Bloom that significant enough to matter? From my understanding, you pick one or the other? Yeah. But here's where I find a little bit of a problem, chat. Mathematically, isn't the second one just dog shit? Like, 10% chance for fixed crit, and if you do crit, you get 20% crit damage. Isn't that effectively a 2% DPS increase for Lunar Bloom? Am I missing something here? What's wrong with my analysis on that? Only 1 out of every 10 Lunar Blooms will crit, and when it does crit, it gives me 20% extra crit damage, which is like mathematically 2% DPS increase, which is like very, very low. That doesn't seem right to me. Oh, second isn't fixed crit. Oh, I see. Okay. Got it. So the second one is still okay. So, because, is it explained earlier in here? I think I might have missed that. So her Lunar Bloom can crit, and it's based off of her own stats. So she is an EM plus crit bot, basically, right? The same thing as Lunar Charged, the same way like a Nefa, right? So like Lauma is her own crit rate, her own crit damage, and all of her EM will affect this. And if you have 2 non-cry characters, she effectively gets 40 CV extra, right? So basically, you can build her 90% crit rate if you're putting 2 non-cry. I see. That is a slight soft power creep. It's not that much, but it probably is noticeable long term. That's actually pretty interesting, I would say. Okay. So in that case, for now, what are we doing? Who are we pairing our teammates with? Is it Nilou Lauma? Is that premium team right now? Is it Nilou Lauma? Nilou Lauma, Nahida, Farina. Does Farina do anything in that comp? Oh, this is a question, chat. Does Lunar Bloom scale with Dendro damage bonus? Is that mentioned here? No. So that means that Farina is effectively useless, right? Yeah, that means Farina is effectively useless. So Nilou Llama Nahida is premium triple. And then who do you do as your 4th slot? You have no healing. Are you doing double Hydro or triple Dendro? I feel like you need to do double Hydro there. Triple Dendro is going to have no Hydro Wrap. I feel like it has to be Kokomi, right? Like, Kokomi's probably going to come back. Ino, maybe? I have no idea what Ino does, so maybe Ino. You see the new page about the new elemental reactions? Is it this one? Yeah. We just took a look at both of them. We're trying to decipher a little bit about Llama's kit. This is for second channel. So that means Farina is not valuable here. Because Lunar Bloom damage, basically similar to Lunar Charge. They're EM, crit, but not damage bonus. But they're still affected by res downs. Okay, so it's fairly premium right now, chat. I guess we'll have to see what Ino does, right? Because we need a second Nod Cry. Nilu and Nahida are not Nod Cry. And if we're doing Super Bloom, if we're doing Super Lunar Bloom, SLB, we're doing Super Lunar Bloom, we need 2 Nod Cry. 2 Nod Cry. Low key, chat. Low key. Why do I feel like the meta for Hyper Bloom is going to be better for this? I feel like Super Bloom is so restrictive in team comp design. Like, you need double Nod Cry. I feel like most people will just do Hyper Bloom and just do Llama, like solo Llama Nod Cry, right? And then you just add whatever extra stuff for Hyper Bloom. That's interesting. Okay. Trimmer feels crafting. Well, yeah, I don't have early access. So that's all I can do. Inefa can literally work with her. Are we combining them then? Because Inefa is not technically Nod Cry, right? Does Inefa count towards the Nascent Ascendant? I don't think is she? Does she count? Inefa count? Ooh, that's interesting. Wait, but chat, if you pair them together, don't you not get Hyper Bloom bonuses? So isn't it kind of griefing your team? Bro, low-key, this Nascent buff is kind of dog shit. This, like, moon sign thing is low-key bad. Because it forces you for one or the other. Like, wouldn't it be better if you had 2 of them that you could pick which one that you want for your team? Was the 2 Nod Cry buff only count for Lunar Moon, not the Super Bloom damage yet? Yeah. Bro, this is weird. Some team comps might not work because the double moon sign is, like, weird. I thought the meta would be 3 Nod Llama and then 3 Nod Cry for Hyper Bloom. Yeah, I understand that. But would Inefa be a good choice to add there? Probably, but you probably can't do that. I mean, we'll have to see. I don't know. I'm just going off intuition here. How interesting. So Bloom recoil damage may have been nerfed. Interesting. I mean, I can see the vision. If people are like, if they don't want players to like fucking nuke themselves. It's better to play solo Llama because all other Blooms can crit. So basically, you never pair Inefa and Llama together because you're just straight up nerfing yourself. I feel like that's correct. I feel like if you do Llama and Inefa, you are fucked. Because you lose a lot of fixed crit, basically. But you still want a Hyper Bloom, right? So who would you run? Who would you run? Who's the Electro that you would run for Hyper Bloom? Is it still Cookie? Raiden Shogun! Hyper Bloom Raiden back on the menu. Fucking hell, man. Of course. Why is Raiden back on the menu, bro? Hyper Bloom Raiden. Motherfucker, man. She never left. Oh, yeah. All right. All right, well, I'm excited to try this out. We'll see. Personally, though, chat, these designs are a little bit sus. You know what the thing about these gacha games is, chat? There are so many forced problems that really restrict, like, versatility, I find. Like, they really hurt versatility. Like, even if you want to try them out, they just don't work together because you just lose so much extra damage for no reason. So, did you watch Early Access Llama vids? I did. You can watch my analysis on second channel. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up the Llama.